Hello, my name is Bond Wonye. I'm going to build a C# console application that shows you how you could use some of the things that you learn in the C# language to apply them in real life applications. Today we're going to build a price checking application that lets you check prices, and we're going to expand the application as we go and add logic and restrictions here and there. I've created a class called the price check, so we need to create some variables for it. So created one of type double called price. Let's create tax, make that a double as well. Let's assign a value of say 5%, which is 0.05 in decimal terms to tax, and then we'll create another one for total where we'll store the price. So let's make that a double as well. Double total. Okay, we're going to create a method here for calculating the price. So make it a public method. Signature, we're going to put a double as signature and call it calc price. We've seen an error here. It said not all code paths return a value because this is it has a double in the signature. It expects a return. So let's just quickly add that before we add the rest of the code there. So return total. So it's happy. Good. So in simple terms, we could do, let's find out what the tax is. So we could say price I wanted to say tax. To find out what the tax is, it's always a function of the price. So we're going to use price times tax because we've set the value for tax here to be 0.05. So it's just simply going to grab the value for that. So we have that. So now we know what the tax is. We're going to apply that to the price. So that we could say price plus equal to tax, because we're going to add the tax to the price. What this means is that take the value of price, add tax to it, the value of tax, and store it back into price. So let's see what total is now that we know what price plus tax is. So we could do total is equal to, use the same operator here, price. So again, we take the price of, we take whatever the value, we don't have a value for total right now, but whatever it is, we take the price, the value of price, and store it right in total. If we have additional prices, because we have this operator right here, we could continue to add more, and every time we add price for a new item, it stores it right back into total. Okay, so let's go ahead and add another class for running this application. Let's add a main method. So I'm going to go right here. Let me add this. Let me make this, call this user input. Add. Okay. Right here we're going to add a main method. Static void main. Let's create an instance of the price check class right here in this user input class. So we could say price check, call it CP as an object. So let's instruct the user to enter a price. And then let's read the price. Let's read that input into the console. So let's use the object from the instantiation that we had. So we could say CP, let's grab. Now notice that the price here is not available to us. So if we did, for example, cp.price, this is what the code should normally look like, equal to console.readline. I have a couple of errors here, like the one is saying that price is inaccessible due to its protection level. Yes, it is so, because if in price check, this by default is a private variable that is accessible to only the members and the methods of this class. If I don't put a public right here, it's a private, but we'd like to keep it private within the class. That's a good convention. So we're going to create a property, an accessor here, that enables us to access price while keeping it as private within the price check class. So let me do a public of the same type, name it price but a little differently. Notice how the price, the class variable right here, starts with a uppercase P for price, but right here is a lowercase. I'm going to write what they call a get set method. Get return price, return the class variable. If you prefer, you can say, just to distinguish this, to let you know this is our price. Okay, so let's write a set method here within this property. So it's the price is equal to value, the value of it. Okay, now this we could call this. So we come right here. We've done a setter here, and we called the property price with a lower case p. So right here we're going to use the same lowercase p. Then it becomes accessible. Notice how the error has disappeared. But now we have another one here in the readline method. This is because when you input into the console, it reads it in as a string. You have to do a conversion because our type, the price, is a double, so we have to do convert to double. Okay, so we're converting to double. Cool. Let's add a demarcation for the things we're going to print. We're going to print something here. Just add a little line. But notice in the price check class, we don't have anything. We're not printing anything yet. We've only done a calculation in the method calc price. So let me just create a separate method here for printing. Let me say public void display. Let me call it display. And then I can call the calc price method here. If I do, let me write it out right here. So console.writeLine within the console.writeLine. Let's print total. So now if we did the calc price method, if we call it inside the display method, we can use it. So let's go back to the user input class where the main method is, and let's call the display method using our instance, the CP object. So let's say CP calling the display method, Okay, so let's run this quickly and see what the result is. Good. Enter price, so let's enter say $100. So the price, because the price is the tax is 5%, which is $5. So if it's added 5 to 100, so the total here is 105. Good. Okay, just because my class name is price check, I'm going to change the object name to PC so I can reduce typing errors, because price check PC is more in my head than CP. I was going to do PC before and I mistakenly typed CP. Okay, price check. So everything is back. Okay, we're going to add a few logic to this application. Here we have just a basic calculation. Before we do that, let's add, suppose we decide, for example, that people from people who are say 65 years and older are going to be charged no tax at all, and anybody that is 65 years, anybody that's below 65 will get charged the full tax. So we could add a few if else conditions here. So we could do something like if age is equal to or greater than 65, then tax will be 0. Okay, it's saying that the name age does not exist in the current context. So let's see what's wrong with the application. Okay, we've now created a variable for age, so let's quickly add that. Let's say make it an int age. Okay, so that's that. Now that's stopped. So, and if you're below 65, so we could say I'm going to do an else if. So I could also take care of age that is input to be below 0. So I could say else if age is say greater than 0, for example, and age is less than 65, let's tell the user that tax will apply. So line tax will apply for people less than 65 years. And then the final else for those who decide to play jokes and input 0 or something below 0 like minus. So if you do else, I'll tell you invalid age value. So if you add anything, let's say 0 or -1 or something like that. Okay, so we've gotten this. So we could test this out, for example, but to do that we have to again get an input for age right here. So let's borrow from here quickly to make it easier and prompt the user to input age. So enter age. Okay. So let's say PC dot set age equal to console read line. Okay, notice again we have a problem with age. There's an error because it's not accessible from this class. It's still a private variable right here in the price check class. So just like we did here, we're going to write a property, the accessor, to be able to access age. So let's just copy here and paste and rewrite it just to make it quicker for us. So let's change this age, return age. Okay, age dot value. You can also do, okay. See, we have an error. It says double to int. An explicit conversion exists. You know why? This is because age is of type int, but in creating this property right here, we've made it a double. So we just simply have to change it back to an int. We just copied and pasted without changing it. Okay, so all problems have disappeared. So in general, when you code, you're going to run into issues like this. Sometimes you make a mistake, sometimes you type wrong. You have to just look at your code and find what the problem is and solve it. So we can go back to the user input class and simply change age to the lower case that we used. Now we have another issue here. It tells us that cannot convert, implicitly convert. This is not an implicit conversion because the string type. So we just have to, we have age as an integer in the price check class. So let's just do int dot parse. This is a conversion. There's so many ways you can convert. This is just one of them I could have used. Convert to int 32, 64-bit or whatever. But okay, so the error is gone right now. So right here we are getting the reading in the value for age. So let's run the application real quick again and see what it says. Control F5. Okay, enterprise. So let's say 100. Enter age. So let's say 65, which is good. So you see it charges 100. It didn't charge tax, which is 5%, because we said if you're 65 and above. I'm going to write a few more descriptive displays here just so that we can know exactly what's happening. We can see it, but it may not be easy for you to follow as we write. So let's do this. Let me check for, before I do that, for where age is less than 65. So let's do 100, enter age. So let's say the person is 44 years old. See, it tells us that tax will apply for people less than 65. So it charges a tax of 5% of 100, which is $105. So adds it to price, which is 105. Okay, good. Okay, I said I was going to write more descriptive display information just so that it's easier for you to follow. So right here, for example, we've written something good here. You can see that, you can tell what's happening. So I'm going to write one for tax. If it says tax is 0 for people who are 65 and over, let's give information to let you know quickly what's happening. So let's borrow from here and just say tax, no tax. So let's say no tax for seniors 65 and over, no tax for seniors 65 years and over. So now we know. So let's come down to the bottom as well. Instead of just displaying all the information about total. Let's add a few more things like let's display the price, for example. So I could say the price tag the person sees is, let me put a placeholder here for that. Okay, so here we're going to display the price, and then let's display the tax on it. So let me just make this quick and easy by borrowing right here, pasting, and then amending. So I can say tax is, so you can see what's going on. Okay, tax. Okay, so next time we run, we're going to see a little bit more description. We'll keep up with what's going on. Now we have this age thing and is running properly. Suppose we say want to add additional conditions, like say if you are from one particular state, let's say Michigan, we'll give you a discount, but if you are from other states, we'll not give you any discount. So there are a couple of things we could do. For example, let's use a switch statement here instead of an if else conditions. So let's say first of all we need to declare a discount variable. So we need that, and we need state, because we're gonna, so let's make state string state. Okay, and double discount. We're going to use this. Okay, so we come down and add the logic for that. I can say switch is a conditional logic that you could use also in place of if else. So I'm going to switch state right here. State. Okay, the first case is Michigan. Case, because this is a string, Michigan. Okay, we're going to add a discount. So, but before, we need to identify what the discount is. We didn't assign a value to discount, so let's do that here just to make it quicker. Let's say discount, we assign discount will be 10%, so that will be 0.1 in decimal terms, so we know the value. We do it so we can simply use it quickly. Okay, so we have this right here. So let's get discount, find what the value is, and it's related to price again because it comes off of price, right? So we could say price times that decimal times discount. So if price is 100, for example, and discount is 0.1, that is 10% of it. So to get what the discount value is, you just times 100 by 0.1, and that's how we get this. Okay, we have an error. It says control cannot fall through from one case label, case Michigan, to another. That's because we need to add a break to break out of this particular. Okay, so now we've done that. So no more error. Just add a default for every other state, just to make this quicker. So default will be discount is 0, and that's what it is for everybody. So if you equal to 0, okay, again we need to break. So the error has vanished. Okay, now that we've added some logic here for discount, let's put that logic down here. We know what discount is, we've calculated it, but we've got to actually take it away from price. So let's say price becomes minus equal to whatever the value of discount is. So in other words, what this is saying is for price, whatever is in price, take out the value of discount and whatever remains added back into price. So price stays there like a constant. Okay, so we've done this. I said we're going to make more descriptive displays. So let's come over here. We have a price tag. We've displayed the price. So right after that, before we do charge a tax, so let's add a display for discount. So the logic, the thinking is this: get a price tag, apply the discount. Once you know what the new price is, now do the tax on that new price. So I'm going to do copy here just to make it quicker. Paste, Ctrl V. So I will say discount is discount. Okay, so now let's get an input in. We've done here. Let's get an input in the user input section class for both age and the state, because we want the user to enter those. So we're going to borrow some of these again using the object that we've instantiated here. So let's get you to enter your state. So enter state. Okay, so I could do pc dot state equal to console the read line to grab the value. Again, like in other ones that we did earlier, state is still a private variable in price check, so this class can't access it since it's not public. So we're just going to go to price check back again, and just like we did for all these other ones, by using the accessor right here, we're just going to get an accessor for. Let's do that quickly. So let's say public for state string state get return state. Let's do this setting now. Okay, so we could say state is equal to value. Okay, oh, we mistyped right here, string. We typed stringed. Okay, that's vanished. So we can go back to user input class and simply change this to the lowercase state over there. Everything's fine. Notice I didn't get any conversion error here, because when we enter an input into the console, it by default reads it as a string, and our variable state is a string, so everything's fine. So let's run this real quick and see what it says. Good. Enterprise, so let's say enter $100. If the person is a senior, let's say 67 years old. Okay, enter state, so let's enter Michigan, which is a state. Let's see. So it tells us no tax for Michigan, no tax for seniors 65 years and over. Good. Price tag is 90, tax is 0. discount is 10. I don't like this. Price tag is not 90 actually. Price tag is 100 before we do the discount. So we're going to go back, revisit our code and see what's wrong with it. Let's close this real quick. Okay, so let's go back to the price check class and see what the logic is why it's saying price tag is 90. 90 is actually the discounted price, it's not the price tag. Price tag is 100 from our last input. So okay, after doing the discount here, we got price and took away the discount. So now it knows it to be 90. Let's debug this real quick and see. Start debugging. This helps you to know exactly. Okay, so enter price, let's see, 100, enter age, say 69, enter states, Michigan. Okay, so let's mouse over right here. We can see that the discount is 10, which is correct because we entered that. Let's do F11. Oh, you can't see that. To come to the next place, I'm going to press F11. It comes to the next debugging. Okay, tax is 0, which is correct because the person is the senior. Okay, let's do F11 again on my keyboard. Comes to the next level. This is how you can debug your application. Now see, this is a problem. The problem is right here, the last price, logical by sequence that the application is reading is the one we saw at the discount after we took away the discount and added it back into price. So that's the price it knows up to the point of tax and up to the next point where we now fold price into total, which is incorrect. You can see it says 90. So something is wrong here and we start to display that. What I can see that's going on here is we are now writing that out here. So let's switch the precedence. I'm just going to get out of debugging for a second. Stop debugging. Cool. These are called breakpoints. So suppose I do, and you're going to run into things like this when you write your application. So I could do, before I get to total, everything else here, the way it's reading it. Let me just rearrange them just a little bit and see, so that once I get the discount here, I write out the price as a price tag, which is the input. Okay, and let's do that. Let's debug again real quick to see. Let's put a breakpoint somewhere around here. Debug. Start debugging. Okay, let's enter 100. See how our application reads it. Enter age, let's say 68. Enter state, say Michigan. Okay, good. So now after we finished here, the discount, this is where we started to have a problem. If we mouse over right here, you can see this is the discount, which is good, but the price is 100. Look down here, see the price is 100, discount is 10. So this is what we should have done. We should have read out the price first as the price tag before starting to take away the discount. We didn't do that. So if I move again to, by pressing F11 to the next level, so it comes here, see tax is 0 because the person is a senior. So I move again to the next line by debugging discount. Discount is still 10. Okay, that's nice. Tax is still 0. You can see discount 10, tax is still 0. F11 again on my keyboard to move out to the next level. Now here, discount is 10. Price is 100. So here is what I'm doing. Doing the work here of taking away the discount. So I'm going to go to the next level This is a critical moment. See what the price is. See how it's changed to 90 now after I've taken away the discount. So this is the correct application of the logic. Let me get out of debugging for a second, and then we're going to run this and see. You're going to run into things like this all the time when you code. It's never going to be right most of the time, except if you are, I mean, I don't care who you are actually. You're going to run into stuff. So now let's run the application real quick. Control F5 on my keyboard. So let's enter price 100 and enter age, let's say 88, and then enter state, Michigan. And let's see what the future says here. So no tax for senior 65, which is good. Price tag is 100. Wonderful. So you see it's now showing the right price tag first before any discount is applied. So tax is 0, which is good. Discount is 10. Okay, so total price is 90. So I'm going to do a little better with the display so you can know what this all the things here are. So let's get back to everything is showing well now. So I can say, instead of just saying total, for example, I can just read it and say total is, put a placeholder to capture the value of total. Okay, so let's see how we are displaying in real life before we tax. Let's switch this so it reads better, because we get the price tag, then we apply the discount. So we read out the discount. Discount is that, then we finally do the tax. Okay, so everything should say good now. Okay, let's test something. I want to see something that's just occurring to me. We're reading Michigan here. I'll show you real quick. In our switch statement, Michigan is all, I mean, uppercase M, then lowercase everything else. So let's see how that is. Let's see 100. We're entering Michigan. Let's see 89 and enter state. Say Michigan, just exactly as spelled. So no tax for senior 65 and over, correct. Price tag is 100, correct. Discount is 10, correct. Tax is 0, correct. Total is 90, correct. So now let's do for people who are younger than 65, for whom tax should apply. So let's go here. So let's go enterprise 100. Okay, enter age. Let's say you are 27 years old. Enter state, Michigan. Okay, so let's see what the logic is saying. Tax will apply for people less than 65, which is good. So price tag is 100. Okay, discount is 10. So we're still getting a discount because you're from Michigan. That applies. And tax is 5 and total is 95. I don't like this because it seems to be, if the discount is 10, let's display price after discount to see if the discount is 10, it means that the new price is 90. So, and 5% of that is not $5. So something is wrong with our logic. We're gonna have to check this again real quick. Okay, let's see what we're doing right here and how we're doing things. Okay, this and that. We're writing price out, we're writing discount out, we're writing that tax out, and then we're saying price minus discount. Okay, let's see. Well, I think I see what it is. Okay, see right here, after we've written out the price of tax, and now we start to write out what discount, the value of price after discount. This is not right. So suppose we switch things up a little bit based on precedence. I'll move this Control X, my keyboard, right after we grab whatever value of discount, whatever discount is, we now find what the price is less discount, and then we calculate the price. So that way, instead of getting the tax to read with this price right here, which is to read with the discount price, with this price right here, which is the price tag input by the user, you should be reading this price right here, which is the price after the discount. This is the latest price. This price here is different from this price. So this is the first price. This is the second price after discount. I hope you're following what I'm doing here. I'm going to run this and you'll see the difference in a second. And to make this easier to understand, I'm going to copy this right here again. And this is going to be the price after discount, just to show you what I mean. Instead of this is no longer price tag, this is price after discount. Okay, still price looks similar other than what we're displaying in here in what the description is. So, and this is because right here we've done the discount, so we're now writing out the new price before we do the tax. So let's see that real quick. Enterprise 100. Okay, so let's say the age of this person is 44. And let's input Michigan again. Okay, tax will apply for people less than 65, which is good. Price tag is 100, which is good. Discount is 10, which is good. Price after discount is 90. Correct. This is how it should have been. Okay, this is how it should have been. So still says tax is $5. So now we're still doing something wrong because we're doing tax off of the price tag instead of tax off of the new discounted price. So we're gonna again look at our code real quick. Okay, looking at our code, really everything looks fine here, but I'm trying to see why it's saying that the tax is charging tax from the price tag instead of from the newly discounted price here. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. I think I saw that here at the top. When we started to do the calc price method at the top, before we put the if else logic, we had put tax right here, and this tax was based on the price input, the first price tag. So this is a tax calculation that is using. So because we've moved so much ahead in our application, we've expanded it and changed things around, we need to have moved the positioning of it so that the precedence rules would apply. So Control X, because right now if you put tax right here, the calculation, it still takes it from the point of entry, which is the price tag. So we have to change it just a little bit. Okay, so right here we've gotten the discounts. We now know what the new price is, and this is a discounted price. We saw that. We're going to put, after we know the discounted price, it's okay to now put the tax calculation right there, so that way it flows in. The price that is grabbed is the new discounted price instead of the price tag. Let's run this quickly and see what it says, because okay, let's see. Enter price 100, enter age, let's say 44 for a younger guy, enter state Michigan, let's see. Okay, tax, okay, we apply for people less than 65, good. Price tag is 100, good. Discount is 10, good. Price after discount is 90, good. So tax is 4.5. Now we are talking, because this is 5%. This is now looking at this. Instead of 5, is looking at the new price after discount, which is 90. So 4.5 is correct. So total is now adding that into the tax into the 90, so that's why we have 94.5. So everything looks good now. Okay, so let's try for people who are from other states that are not Michigan. So right here, enterprise 100. For them, they'll get no discount. Remember, it's only Michigan that gets the discount. So age, let's say they are 55. Okay, enter state, let's say Ohio. Okay, so for them, tax will apply for people less than 65, which is good. Price tag 100, good. Discount is 0, good, because they are not from Michigan. So price after discount is 100, good, because they are not getting any discount, so it's still 100. So tax takes the new, still calculates from the price, which is here, okay, which is good, and total is 105. So everything seems to be working. Everything is working well, actually. I'm going to try one thing. I'm going to run. We're having here Michigan as uppercase M, lowercase. What if I have all uppercase? What will it do? Will it still apply the discount to Michigan? So let's say Control F5, Enterprise, and say 100. Enter H. Let's say 54. Enter States. All cap Michigan. What does it do? Okay, it applies this correct. This is correct. Discount is 0. Wow. See, notice when we put all uppercase Michigan, it doesn't apply the discount anymore because it's not reading the string the same way it reads it as right here when it's uppercase M and then the rest of them are lowercase. So it's charging full price without a discount. So we can, there's a way we can fix that. I just wanted to see what it would do. And I can come here and set the state. Let's say state to upper, take it to uppercase to upper. This is a method right here. Okay, so what I'm saying, I'm going to have to change all of this. What I'm trying to do here is so that however you enter it, in whatever case, once you spell in Michigan, it will read it out. So we've changed things a little bit here to upper, returns a copy of this string converted to uppercase. And we put this all uppercase right here now. So let's do one more run and see. Okay, enter price 100, enter age, let's say 87, enter state. Let me put this all upper and see whether it will give us the discount. Okay, no tax for seniors 65 and over, which is good because the person is 87 years old. Price tag is 100. Okay, correct. Discount is 10. Good. Is applying the discount now regardless of how you put it. So price after discount is 90, tax is 0, so total is 90. So everything is working well. Let's do it for Michigan now with all lowercase. So Control F5, enterprise 100, enter age. Let's say the person is 75. Okay, senior, so they will get no tax charged. So enter state. So Michigan all lower. Okay, so it says no tax for seniors 65 and over, which is correct, and price tag is 100, correct. Discount is 10, correct. So it still applies the discount regardless of whether this is uppercase or lowercase. Good. So the price after discount is 90, correct. Tax is 0 because the person is a senior. Good. So total is 90. So this is correct. So we've seen how we could use some of the things that we know while you're learning C# programming to apply them to building applications. This is where it could be built in a real life application. You just have to fix your issues as you see them. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll build additional tutorials whenever I have a moment. Thanks.